entire screen. Alrighty. So now I can start sharing stuff.
I will just, in case, Aemal, you just start presenting, and in case we go over time, I will just hint you, okay?
Okay, how much time box do I have so that I can respect that?
You have 15 minutes from now on. I will give
Okay.
you a hint 2 minutes before ending, and then we have 2 minutes to
Okay.
10 minutes Q&A.
I'll keep it shorter than that. Okay, then let's go. All right, guys. Hi, everyone. My name is Aemal Sayer. I build AI agents particularly for this bookkeeping areas, mostly focus on EU AI Act and GDPR compliant processes. And as a part of what I'm doing, I built an open source project called BlindClicks. And in this presentation, you will see what is BlindClicks. You can download this presentation from aemalsayer.com/blindclicks so that you can get some more insights. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. As a developer, becoming a YouTuber, it's kind of like breaking the shell, getting out of that dark basement and go and put yourself vulnerable to the world. So I do need some more subscribers. Please do subscribe if you
Maybe
have.
one short context from my side. Sorry, this is a moderation error
Okay, this
from
is
my side.
this is another.
We
Excuse
invited
me.
Aemal as well to give, like, because GDPR compliance was something that was requested a couple of times. So Aemal is going to talk about compliance stuff as well. Yes. Okay, I demic now, and now I shut up.
Sure, no problem. Can you add like 30 seconds to my 15 minutes now? I'm just trying to unskip the GDPR slides, which I skipped, but now it is, since you mentioned it, it's absolutely a must, and I really would love to talk about that. So I have just unskipped. There we go. Now we are gonna cover GDPR and EU AI Act. Not GDPR, but EU AI Act, mainly EU AI Act. And I believe every interruption will increase those 15 minutes. Okie dokie. So let's start from the beginning. My main intention by building this open source project is to motivate a lot of entrepreneurs out there to take bold risks. This presentation is not a sales pitch, although you will see stuff in here that requires a CTA, but that is totally community work, volunteer work that I'm doing. And I'm trying to spread the word of AI agents. That's it, nothing else. And in order to kind of like give you guys a little bit more personal touch, I'm gonna show you my face the whole time so that you keep engaged with not only that, but also my face here so that we can see each other. Unfortunately, it doesn't work on this screen. That's okay. So I speak 5 languages. I'm so much a technical person. I'm also so much a management guy, so you can talk to me in the startup lingo. I have done multiple startups and companies in the past 9 years, especially this one, which was in 2023 and 2024. I built a voice AI agent that has access to your computers. For those of you who know ChatGPT, function calling was not a thing. We had to do regex to extract JSON from ChatGPT payload, which was like almost a pain. Now building an AI agent like this is super, super easy, and I do this on my monthly free workshops, which you'll see in a minute. I work for big clients, still do, mainly on their AI applications. I have a master's degree in AI, a bachelor's degree in computer science. I build AI agents that uses computer, not APIs. And the entire concept of this BlindClicks project, this open source project, is about using the computer interface, and also with a lot of sprinkle of EU AI Act and regulation because we are in Europe. Before we go on, I would like to touch a very simple definition of what is an AI agent. An AI agent is basically a program that learns, makes decisions, and performs tasks on your behalf. And they're totally autonomous, and they learn over time and with the data that they keep feeding themselves from the incidents that they encounter. Imagine that old input process output. It's the same thing, but just the mechanisms are different. And now I make a joke that now the process got 3 legs. So what are those three legs? First, it needs to have an intelligence, that LLM, that ChatGPT or that Gemini, that Claude, or whatever LLM that you're using. It has to have some memory part, temporary memory, long-term memory, retrieval augmented generation, or literally memory that is in the context, or so on and so forth. Especially the context window is getting bigger and bigger and bigger on each release. Like ChatGPT 4.1 has now 1 million tokens. That means 2,500 A4 pages. That means you can put a lot of things inside the memory context, and your AI agent will be more intelligent, and you will not need a RAG pipeline. RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation, which gives the AI agent access to your big data source. You must have like tools attached to the AI agent, like Salesforce, Outlook, and MS Teams, and so on, in order for this to be called an AI agent. But if it just has like an access to LLM, it is an AI agent, but it's kind of like really dumb one. It does one thing, it doesn't perform tasks on your behalf. In order to perform tasks, it has to have access to tools. Now, EU AI Act. Why am I focusing on EU AI Act? Because this is a mandatory thing. I run these workshops and I ask people, what do you think, what is EU AI Act? And somebody said, it's a guideline, it's you can follow it or not, and that's not true. It's mandatory, especially from August 2025. Like general purpose of EU AI Act comes into regulation. That means Mistral AI from France and Alfalfa from Germany and so on. These DeepL players will have to go through strict regulations. And since February 2025, AI literacy became 100% mandatory by all organizations. They have to teach their employees that what is AI, or the nitty-gritty details of that. Anyways, a small disclaimer, I'm not a liar or a lawyer or both. So the slides I want to share with you guys about EU AI Act is just some information. Don't take it as legal advice. Reach out to a legal advocate for that. But before we go on, I'd like to ask you one question. Why is EU AI Act there? Or why are traffic lights there? As you can imagine, traffic lights are there to prevent incidents or accidents on the street. Same is the case with EU AI Act. AI is a powerful tool. It can do harm if used wrongly. And EU AI Act is a framework, if not the best framework, but this is the best framework in the world, which I believe will evolve over time. And this framework prevents anything that goes against our European values. Basically, we in Europe have like these 50 European values, which are across human dignity, freedom, democracy, equality, rule of law, and human rights. If any AI application that harms one of these 50 values, then that is prohibited or classified as one of the 4 classifications we'll see in just a minute. But before, how do you find it? Go to Google, search for EU AI Act, make sure that you download it from this website, Eurolex Europe EU, because that's the official one and it's 144 pages. And then you see basically the applications of AI classified as these 4 categories. Either your app that you're building is totally prohibited, it is unacceptable, or it has high risks that you need to go through very extreme regulations, or it is limited risk, limited regulations, or it's minimal risk, a little bit regulations, not too much regulations. Let's take a few examples of each of these categories. Minimal risk is something like a spam detection in your Gmail. Limited risk is like a deepfake generator. It generates images. It has limited risk, but still there is a propaganda possibility to be used for deep, like fake news and so on. So it has to go through some regulations, and it has to have like a message that it is generated by AI. High risk, something to do with healthcare or preventing things that could harm a human life. Prohibited is social scoring. You get every single citizen of EU, you put a score on them. Or kind of predictive policing, one of those Tom Cruise's movies that shows that they go in and penalize criminals before doing a crime. So that could be the future possible scenario that AI could be used for, but it is 100% prohibited in Germany or in EU as a whole. But how do you build AI agents? There are a lot of tools like that, like all of these logos, awesome companies that you see on this slide, they can be used. One of the ones that I love the most is called N8N, also Berlin-based, super cool company. And I'm running free workshops about this. The next one is going to be on 17th of May. We only have 80 seats available in Berlin in person, and already 325 or so people already registered. Therefore, I was forced to do it hybrid. So if you're living around the world, you could also join. It's 100% free. You'll learn how to build a voice AI agent that connects with your Gmail inbox. It reads your emails. You can compose replies and so on the go, literally on the go while cycling, driving, and so on. So there are companies, as I said, Relevance AI, Vappy, a voice platform, 11 Labs, a Prague-based company, also voice platform that can build AI agents. Crew AI, a Python library that builds these multi-agentic. John was talking about that earlier, a kind of orchestration layer of multiple AI agents talking to each other, performing tasks. Master AI, a TypeScript framework that I use for one of my clients. The Versal AI SDK, it's kind of like a generic and abstraction SDK that you can use. The OpenAI Agent SDK that recently was announced, although now it's only for Python, but TypeScript engineers should follow it very soon, hopefully. And also Google joined the race, ADK, the agent development platform. So there are a lot of platforms happening there. But my main focus is like building AI agents that uses computer without APIs, especially legacy ones that do not have an API. How do you do that? Basically, there are solutions out there in the world. On 22nd of October 2024, Anthropic released computer use. OpenAI on 23rd of January 2025 released Operator. And Manus broke the internet. People say it's second moment of DeepSeek for China. An AI agent that performs tasks autonomously, even uses a computer interface to perform tasks. This happened like literally on 5th of April 2025. But then it's January 19th. I'm trying to break my shell to start a YouTube channel. And I see these awesome companies, especially at the time only computer use. And I'm a very AV Linux user. And I say that I can do that. It seems to be like virtualization 101. Let me try out some stuff. And I am using this want. I want to build AI agents without APIs. And then I go and build something. This particular version has only one capability. It goes to the internet, finds a picture of TV tower, brings it back to me, uses computer interface. And I post it on the internet, on LinkedIn, it goes viral. I said, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to go and build it in public, the GTM related topic, in public, and I keep posting every day about my progress. And then I analyze these things. I say, okay, what is this? This is the screen of computer use. It has a chat, okay? This is the computer operator by OpenAI. It also has a chat, a computer, and this is Manus, also a chat and a computer. And I analyze all of them. I put the chats there, and I say, like, I'm a full stack engineer for 17 years. I can build a chat window. How about this part? Okay, it's virtualization. I know virtualization. I know Linux. I know Docker. I can put that part as well. And that's how I got myself a computer use with only these technologies: Next.js, Node.js. The heart of this, basically, a project called WebTop, and Electron.js to capture these X and Y coordinates. Let's have a quick look at this project, and then we carry on. Hi, my name is Aemal Sayer. I'm an AI engineer specializing in building AI agents.
We don't see you. We don't see you, Aemal. We see the screen of the teams.
Okay, then the wrong screen was shared. Thank you for mentioning. Do you see the YouTube screen? Me wearing a shirt?
Oh. I do. I see it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Hi, my name is Aemal Sayer.
Could you hear the voice, guys?
If everybody else sees it, then that's fine.
The other guys who can see see it, can they also hear it? I played it for a few seconds.
I can hear it. Yeah.
AI engineer specializing in building AI agents for SMEs in Germany, especially EU AI Act and GDPR compliant. I built an AI agent for DATEV, the corporate accounting system that a lot of companies in Germany use. Let me show you how it works. So basically on the left, you have a control panel where you see all the chat, you have certain buttons, you can type some text. On the right side, you'll see DATEV opening now. I'll ask my AI agent to upload some invoices. So I will click first and upload these invoices. And then, can you please upload these invoices in DATEV? It will open Firefox, then it will open a new tab, and then it will click on DATEV login page. So this is the moment when a human in the loop is needed. In almost any AI agent, we will need a human in the loop to unblock the requirements for AI agent to pursue the work. So right now I have to log in. I'll grab my two-factor authentication and log into DATEV. There we go. Now I'm logged in and I'm ready to continue. I'll just say done. What it will do is it will start uploading all those invoices that I have given. It will upload all of them at once and then reconcile one by one all of them. In this particular example, I only took 3 of them just to make the point, but it can be done for thousands of invoices if needed. So it opens the invoice, enters the invoice number, opens the date of the invoice, corrects it, changes the status, the payment date, goes to the next one, and it just keeps continuous in that manner until all of the invoices are done. You can also optionally see the logs from here, everything that's happening behind the scenes. It's going through every step. Everything is logged, so you don't need to be worried about if something goes wrong. Once it's done, it gives you that message, and this message basically is the final message that all the invoices are uploaded. In case you're worried if something went wrong, you can go to recent activities. You see that you did a bulk activity, and then you can roll it back if you need to do so. This is just an example of DATEV, but this kind of a technology can be implemented on any sort of corporate or SME software, be it an ERP from SAP, be it DATEV, or be it a custom web application or desktop application that can be automated without the need for an API. This is using operating system level clicks and typing, just similar to Operator by OpenAI and computer use by Anthropic. This is a proprietary project that I'm building in public on my YouTube channel. If you're interested to have a discussion about this project, please find me on aemalsayer.com. Looking forward to it.
So let me share back my screen. I have some more technical details to share, and then we call it a day. All right. So that was a quick demo of what this is, and I built an AI agent only for DATEV for accounting purposes. And I'm building it in public. You can find a playlist on my YouTube channel where every Sunday I record an episode and I share the progress, I show how to do things, and it's open source MIT license. So it's going to be soon available for everyone. What it is actually is just a little bit thinking out of the box and doing it differently than the current market, this generic tool off the shelf can do. So it is basically a WebTop wrapper. It basically shows you Linux, any Linux, but this particular one is called Mata. It has a terminal. Inside that Linux distribution, I load DATEV. It can be a desktop application. It does not have to be a web application. I'm not using the DOM. I'm using the click and typing of the operating system level. So I capture those X and Y coordinates. These are exact X and Y coordinates. Imagine if this OCR-based technology works here. Since the checkboxes are so close to each other, it will not work very well. So eventually, this will be a very declarative way of doing things. You will say that, hey, go click on login, type the username and password, and then put the human in the loop, and then it will, since it has already access to your Teams, it will give you a notification. You remotely connect, scan the QR code, as you saw in the video, you log in, and then it goes on and on and on. But we are living in 2025. Why should I not be able to upload hundreds of YouTube videos and generate this kind of a code. That's the vision that we'll go to. How it works is basically the UI is inside a Docker container using WebTop. It uses robot.js to simulate clicks and typing. And when it cannot find that sequence that it picked, it fails. It releases a message to this vision fallback. It is a self-hosted LLM, be it Llama, Olama, or be it whatever LLM that you can use, plus OmniParser. You'll know what's OmniParser in a minute. And if it still cannot resolve it, then it notifies a person. The person logs in through that remote screen, and all the clicks and typings that are happening through the person, then that also is captured for learning purposes, and then is stored inside these sequences database. What is OmniParser? OmniParser gives you this metadata of the screen. When a screenshot is given, it's a Microsoft project, it gives you that, hey, there is an input box in this position, and you can click it, you can type in it, and so on and so forth. So that's the future of the project. That's what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do with this project, I only spend 12 weeks or so, a couple of hours per weekend, and I could reach out to this level where a 200-step sequence of computer usage now can be done in 5 stages with OCR, 195 stages with normal RPA, like literally clicking things around. And this thinking out of the box brought me forward this much. Pardon?
Only 1 more minute.
I think
it's amazing. It's really amazing. I appreciate but only with regards to the time. It's amazing, but only 1 more minute.
You took 10 seconds of that, my friend. I think I will be done in 20 seconds or 30 seconds. This is the last slide. So just to deliver my final message here, why do I do this? Why do I provide these free workshops? I am a failed entrepreneur. I invested a lot of my savings in my last startup, which was an AI agent. I could not I could not raise more funding, but I'm still an entrepreneur. I'm supporting voice AI entrepreneurs. I'm supporting entrepreneurs who think out of the box. I share my story here so that you guys can go and take bold risks, because Europe needs more entrepreneurs, Europe needs more innovation, and without you guys, it's not possible. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aemal. Just sharing personal impression, really, really cool. To me, it just shows how much is possible. Like, this is really crazy. And also, thank you for sharing that spirit here of, let's say, making progress possible. And it comes deep down from the heart. I think you understand that. That's really cool stuff we want to see here more of. Really, really amazing. Thank you, Aemal. Really.
You're welcome.
And this was really spontaneous. This is the other thing. Aemal was very flexible because, again, we also work with tight resources here. So 3 days ago, he said yes to do it, which is amazing. Yes, open stage. Any questions?
I think John has a question. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Just for context sake, one of the major, because I saw some of the things you showed, one of the major issues with, I don't know how you handled it, you're taking screenshots of each of these. So you're browsing the web. I've used a couple of these technology before, also experiment with almost all of them before. If you take screenshots, if you have things like cookies, like naturally, if you go and browse the website, you need to accept cookies and things like that. How do you manage them? Because this is one of the big issues. The approach of taking screenshots, we had issues that generally they had issues with. So how do you manage that if you need to accept cookies, if you need to move, like when you log into a website, you need to do some move something to a particular place and things like that, just to show that you're human. How do you manage that by just taking screenshots?
We're not taking screenshots. This project is called, or we're not taking screenshots primarily. This project is called BlindClicks. And there's this philosophy behind this that you blindly click on things, and it has a specific audience. It is not a general purpose computer usage platform. It's not like Operator, it's not like computer use. Those projects are general purpose. You give it task, it goes and performs it on the internet, find websites, click on that cookie banner, goes on, asks for your credit card, checks out an entire flight for you. This is made for SMEs, for accounting software, for any complex software, legacy software, that the UI do not change and the workflows are pretty much predetermined. But it has a vision fallback, or at least a plan to build a vision fallback that goes through the sequences, and if it fails to perform a sequence, then it takes a screenshot and then checks in the database of sequences that do I have a sequence for this particular metadata that I see on the screenshot. And if it does, then it performs that screenshot. And it does it 3 times. It has a retry limit of 3. And then if it cannot still perform it, then it puts a human in the loop. So that's how this is done. Now imagine your cookie banner screenshot. The cookie banner of a particular workflow that you have in the database, we know the X and Y coordinate of the accept button. We simulate a click on that. We don't take a screenshot and then analyze, oh, this is a cookie banner, and let me analyze and find out where in which X and Y coordinate I should click. It already knows it because it went through one training step. That training step could be uploading a video and then using the mouse pointer, finding the X and Y coordinates, calculating the aspect ratio of the screen, clicking on that one, or a human actually training it. Like, first you need to go here, click on the cookie banner, upload this invoice, and then click here, reconcile, read it through OCR, take the invoice number, put it in this field, and so on and so forth. So it generates that code that is needed for this. Okay, John, do you have a follow-up question on that?
Besides that, Oli, I know it's not popular, but we have only 3 minutes left. So yeah, just want to mention it.
Sure. Let's go to the next question, then maybe John will come back if he has another question.
Yep. Any additional questions on this?
Sorry, I didn't get the question you asked me.
Okay.
I give it.
If you had a follow-up. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think I understand. Just yeah, it's going to. I will check your YouTube and just see how it works in production. Because the major issues we have had in AI agents is the fact that they mostly don't. They still need a lot of improvement for them to really work in real life. That's just the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm vulnerable 100%, and I want to bring that mentality forward, John. In Europe, we need to leave the perfection aside and go and be vulnerable and get things to the hands of people and take bold risks. Otherwise, Americans and Chinese are getting ahead of us. Felix.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you. I love your mindset, and you're absolutely true. We have to keep going here. And yeah, just to understand how you train it. How do you do this DATEV workflow manually and like record it?
Exactly. So I have built a desktop application. Therefore, Electron.js is one of the technology stack. With that, I track I train the model. I say like, okay, click here, click here, click here, and I give it small descriptions. And then the chat window uses ChatGPT in order to find one sequence. I say that upload invoices, I just use one sentence. It could be in any way, but ChatGPT knows how to find the sequence from the database, and then it performs that entire sequence.
Nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. One extra information, it is headless, so it does not need to have the browser open. You trigger it, it takes 2 hours to upload all the invoices, you close your browser, you come back, all of them are done.
All right, guys. Really, thank you very much. And I mean it also deeply from the heart. Aemal, this was spectacular. Also, John this morning taking more than an hour to go through all this with me in order to present it. I have to say, just last personal remark, I mean, we started this because there was a gap between what is actually possible and what can be practically done kind of with AI already. And I think this today really delivered. Thank you guys. Really, Aemal, thank you, John. It was really amazing. Yeah, happy to welcome all of you to the next session, but I'm really happy that this was such a good session. I cannot say it any different.
Thank you, Marcus, for managing it. Thanks a lot for being flexible. Bye-bye.